Jealousy. We've all felt it. Your friend buys a car you can't afford. Your sibling gets all the attention. Or your crush laughs just a little too hard at someone else's joke. But what actually is jealousy? Is it a toxic emotion? A survival instinct? Or just a spicy mix of fear, love, and ego? Let's dive into the messy, fascinating psychology of jealousy and figure out why it's not just normal. It might actually be helping you. Part 1. What is jealousy? Jealousy isn't just being mad because someone has something you don't. That's envy. Envy is, I want what you have. Jealousy is, I'm afraid of losing what I have, especially to someone else. So when your partner is flirting with someone else, that's jealousy. When your neighbor's grass is literally greener, that's envy. According to psychologist David Buss, jealousy evolved as a mate-guarding mechanism. In evolutionary psychology, it helped early humans protect their relationships and their genes. Yep, we're still cavemen at heart. Jealousy activates brain areas linked to social pain, like the anterior cingulate cortex. A study by Takahashi et al., 2006. Men showed more brain activity when imagining sexual infidelity. Women when imagining emotional infidelity. Yep, our brains are basically wired to flip out when we feel threatened in relationships. We're all drama queens, biologically speaking. I can tell you a little story about myself. There was a girl who was surrounded by all the boys. She was pretty and very popular. But strangely enough, from my point of view, she always chose the wrong boys. They were taller than me and looked more athletic, but emotionally, they were absolute clowns. I myself had some nice and deep conversations with her, where it was about a real exchange of ideas, and yet the girl still wanted to hang out with some clown. That was the first time I felt jealous of other people. Part 2, where jealousy shows up. Jealousy isn't just a love thing. It sneaks into our friendships, families, even office teams' chats. Let's break it down. First one, romantic jealousy. From a study, around 60% of people say they have felt romantic jealousy in the last year. APA survey 2021. Visual example, dramatized sketch. Partner likes someone's IG posts, which creates tension. It's not about the post. It's about the perceived threat. Is there something I'm missing? This happened to me in a former relationship. My partner went through my phone multiple times and read my messages, just to make sure there wasn't something she might be missing. That was really weird, and eventually led to a breakup. Secondly, sibling jealousy. Classic. Why does she always get the front seat? Jealousy arises when kids compete for attention, resources, or approval. My own brother had this position in our family. I always had the feeling that I was told no, and he was always told yes, or it's okay. I'm the older one, and yet he was allowed to stay out with friends longer than I was. I always had to follow all kinds of rules and was punished if I forgot something or was late. It didn't seem to matter with my brother. Fun fact, even dogs can show signs of jealousy when their owners give affection to another pet. University of California study. Thirdly, social media. Jealousy. Social comparison on steroids. Why does everyone else have abs and a yacht? I also find myself scrolling through social media asking why they have that and I don't. What am I doing wrong to be granted this? Or was I simply born in the wrong place at the wrong time? Studies show increased Instagram use equals increased jealousy and low self-esteem. University of Copenhagen, 2016. So, If you've ever doom scrolled through your ex's vacation pics, don't worry. You're just part of the global mental health club. Part 3. The science behind it. Okay, let's talk chemicals. Jealousy involves a delicious cocktail of stress. Let's show the infographic. Cortisol, stress hormone, same fight or flight. Dopamine dips, we feel left out of reward systems. Amygdala lights up same emotional response center. Prefrontal cortex. Same tries to reason with emotions and usually fails. Basically, your amygdala throws a tantrum and your rational brain goes, let's not freak out. And then your body's like, too late, we're already sweating. Jealousy brain is in a panic room, logic brain trying to talk it down. It's like Inside Out, but messier. When I think back to how my partner at the time acted, going through my cell phone over and over again, I understand the background. The fear and panic of losing me forced her to take this drastic action. Unfortunately, she never revealed to me why she did this and what fears were involved. And was it simply over? Part 4. Is jealousy always bad? Look, jealousy feels bad, but it's not always the villain. In small doses, it can actually help us. Motivates self-improvement. Deepens emotional bonds. I care about this person. Alerts us to real threats. Sparks important conversations. But when left unchecked, jealousy turns into control issues, paranoia, toxic relationships. Study alert. Research by Guerrero et al. 1998. Jealousy is tied to attachment style. Anxious people feel it more intensely. Avoidant folks suppress it. Translation: if your childhood was a mess, your jealousy probably is too. Referring to my brother, I was jealous of his life for a long time. He went through life so carefree that I always ask myself, why can't I? Until I realized, another person, another life. I was only aware of his circumstances from afar. The battles he really had to fight remained hidden from me. But yes, it opened my eyes and my perception changed. And I am proud of his successes and his journey through life. I have learned to accept it. Part 5. How to handle it. Okay, so you're feeling jealous. What now? Firstly, notice it without shame. You're not evil. You're human. Say, oh hey, jealousy. What are you trying to tell me? Pay attention to the signals and question them. Secondly, trace the fear. Are you scared of losing someone or not being enough? Then deal with your fears or look into the past to see what may have shaped you there in your life. Thirdly, communicate, don't accuse. Try, I felt a little left out when you complimented her so much, instead of, so you want to date her now, huh? Accusations make a conversation difficult right from the start. You throw a sentence at someone and they stand there and don't know how to react. If you're unlucky, he'll play the ball back and just say, yes. And in the end, it ends up in an argument, and that's only because our feelings got in the way of communication. Fourthly, focus on self-worth. The more solid you are in you, the less you fear what others might take. Sometimes a little selfishness is healthy. Don't let others run your life. Work on yourself to ignore things that used to drive you into anxiety. Fifthly, don't stalk social media. Seriously, it's a jealousy gym. Stop training there. All that media has really polluted my brain and warped views severely. At some point, I just stopped following any influencers and ignored their stories. And the feeling of comparing myself or being the same stopped. and I now lead a more carefree life. Free from the urge to compare or be similar, from people who only share a brief moment from their lives that may not even be real. Our brain is a bit of a villain. Accept it, but don't let it win. Jealousy isn't a flaw, it's a flare. It's your brain saying, hey, something here matters to you. So don't suppress it. Understand it. Learn from it. Laugh at it a little. And when it gets loud, maybe mute your ex's stories. If you found this helpful or mildly therapeutic, hit that like button, subscribe for more brainy deep dives, and comment below. What's the weirdest thing you've ever felt jealous about? I want to hear it, and we see you in the next video. Bye.